Okay. We move on to our next spot, and Connor is making a move here. South Florida Bulls 1-3, 0-2 in the American at Temple Owls 0-1, 0-1 in the American. After starting off the year with a 27-6 win over Citadel, USF followed it up with 3 straight losses, 52-0 to then number 7 ranked Notre Dame, 28-7 to then 15th ranked Cincinnati, and most recently 44-24 at home to East Carolina. They averaged just 14.5 points per game. Sophomore quarterback Jordan McLeod has thrown just 1 touchdown pass all season. Temple played their first game of the year in last week's 31-29 loss at Navy. They lost despite putting up 407 yards of offense compared to just 299 by Navy. South Florida Bulls up against Temple. Let's see what we have from a market perspective. Where are you? Do I need to type this? It's so much easier this year. I shouldn't be having this problem. Here we go. This Temple opening up at -10 at Bet365. That's where they stand right now. No movement there at any of the books. This total opened up at 51.5 and is now at 51. Connor Mack, take it away. South Florida Temple.
Yeah, well, here, I made a play here. I got it at 9.5. I took Temple. I think anything under 10. I watched the South Florida team whipped by Notre Dame. Temple played their first game. They lost last week to Navy, but I think they're a lot better than South Florida, and I think 9.5. It's still 10. They're way, way better. They have the better team in the trenches, and they got the better quarterback in Russo. So I love it here. I want nothing to do with South Florida, and when I saw it was this low, I had to jump on Temple here.
We have a look. Temple full game. Is this a spot where you might want them first half as well? Our Maxwell Smart wanting the Temple Owls team total over. Is there anything else you're going to do on this game, or just Temple full game?
Probably just full game. I mean, just in case. I don't know. I haven't looked at it that deep. I just right away, there's no way I could take South Florida. And this small of a line, I think you're getting a gift. So I'm taking Temple. I think it goes higher as the week goes. I think it goes up to 12. And a half, something like that.
What do you think when Dennis Garcia says, well, USF is terrible, I just have never trusted Temple to cover numbers?
That is very true. They're kind of like a Pittsburgh team like that, which, we talked about it. So Dennis is right. Dennis knows his shit. So, yeah. But I got to take it. South Florida's that bad, I believe. I watched the Notre Dame game. I watched some of the game last week against East Carolina. I don't think they're very good. They beat them by 20. I'm taking it. Give me Temple, 9.5.
Connor on the board with Temple -9.5. That's 10 across the board everywhere else. Let's see what Nolly thinks about this spot. South Florida Bulls, Temple Owls.
When I look at this spot, the inability for South Florida to score and the slower pace provided for by Temple, I've got to lean towards the under. You got Temple put up 64 plays last week. They've never been really a high-paced team. And you look at the recent matchups, 17-7, 27-17 in the last 2 seasons. And you look at, we mentioned it with South Florida, they have not been able to produce points. They gave up 5 turnovers against Cincinnati, which is a really good defense. I understand his angle with Temple, but I just think there's a little bit more value on the under. I think I might make a move, but just not. I got to look a little deeper, I guess. I'm not sure why I haven't, but I lean towards the under.
We have a lean towards the under. Connor Mack on Temple -9.5. John Ryan, does this game interest you?
I don't have a bet on it right now, but I agree with what both guys said here. The implied lines right now indicate a final score of 31-21 Temple. So again, we're going to get to that 28 pivot point. So obviously, I agree with Connor that Temple will score 28 or more points against this team, and they probably will outgain them by at least 2.5 and more likely 3 yards per play, which is a major gap. Temple is also 19-2 against the spread the last 30 seasons, coming off a game where they allowed 75 or fewer passing yards. Now you'll say, well, that was Navy. Well, a lot of the games in that data set are Navy or teams that ran the triple option and didn't pass very much. So I think that is a warranted trend that supports the Temple Owls. And clearly they are the better team. And UCF is 4-12 the last 3 years, 24-64 the last 10 years when they've allowed 28 or more points. When they've allowed 35 or more, they're 3-17 against the number the last 10 years. So I think it's reasonable, it's logical to think that Temple will score 28 or more. Therefore, this history is on your side and supports the play on Temple. But I'll pass on both of them, and I'll enjoy watching it.
And Dennis Garcia is saying Nolly might be onto something. If Temple is up 2 scores, they aren't a blowout type team. Thinking about that under. Again, follow these cappers on Twitter. They share their action, and it's something that we all love about them. So they share their action. They want you guys to have more cash in your pockets. They're not trying to take money from you guys. They want more money in your pockets. So follow them all on Twitter. There you have it. CMac bullish on Temple minus 9.5, and now at 10. Nolly leaning towards the under, and our John Ryan understanding the look on Temple.